I recently was having a conversation with one of our elite coaches, and he was surprised how many people are absolutely petrified of a taper. And I wanted to explain why you're afraid of them, but why they're so incredibly important. If you were to look up a taper in the world of physiology, it's essentially representing the idea that when it comes time to perform and be prepared to do so, you've got to be able to shed the body of fatigue. That's all the taper is. Every day that you work out, you're striking a very finite balance between you want to submit the body to enough load to adapt and get stronger without crossing that line into overtraining by either not eating enough or exposing the body to too much duration or intensity that it just simply can't keep up. Now, when you think about the idea of residual fatigue, you're going to be way more fatigued on Friday than you were at the beginning of the week, especially when you factor in family and school and work and all the different things that you balance on a daily basis. Adding the physical component to it just stacks on another level of stress and fatigue. Well, when it comes time to shedding fatigue, hence the word taper, a lot of people think that that is synonymous with losing fitness, and it's the absolute opposite of that. As you train for 6 to 8 weeks, as you train from preseason to pre-competitive, and then you transition into competitive phase 1, competitive phase 2, your volume and your intensity and your work-rest interval should be adjusted on an ongoing basis. Now, when we come to the idea of a taper, what you're doing is shedding fatigue, which essentially allows the fitness that you've developed and cultivated underneath to actually come to the surface. I always like to put the physiological world into mechanical terms. If you have a truck that has 150,000 miles on it, how confident are you, relatively speaking, to take and hook a big heavy trailer up and then drag it up a mountain? You're probably not going to be as confident as if you had a fresh vehicle, fresh engine, fresh tires, no wear and tear on it. You feel much more comfortable grabbing that truck and going. Well, what would you rather race? A body that's been essentially, you've trained extremely hard and you've trained smart, but you're bringing a lot of residual fatigue in without any chance to shed that level of fatigue. There's no way that you're going to perform remotely close to what you're capable of. So if I can get you to create a slight paradigm shift, a taper is the best thing you can do to let your true potential come to the surface. Now, it's my job as a physiologist to serve you to make sure that you know where that finite balance is between being super fit and being very, very frustrated. That is a finite line that we evaluate by using a multitude of evaluation criteria, from Garmin and all of its different attributes to performance criteria, both during the workout side as well as the recovery side. That's beyond the scope of today's conversation, but what I want to encourage you is lean in, embrace a taper. A taper is going to allow you to take all those hours of sweat equity and allow you to bring a freshly rebuilt body to the starting line and be able to race to your fullest potential that may surprise not only your competition, but also yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video today. If you're new, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, because we put out a video every day here on YouTube answering your questions. And should you have a question, please feel free to send it to me and my team. contact@coachrobb.com. We'll be taking your question. We'll be making sure that we get all of the information answered. We'll get it back to you via email, and then we'll actually convert it into a video so that everybody in the YouTube world can benefit. Thank you again for your time today, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.